Chapter 2 of Junie B. Jones has a monster under her bed. Just say right. After school pictures, we went back to room 9. I put my head down on my table. There's no such thing as monsters. There's no such thing as monsters, I whispered to just myself. Because my very own daddy told me that, and he wouldn't even lie to me. Probably. Mrs. said for me to sit up in my chair. She passed out work for us to do. It was called printing our letters. Only I didn't actually feel like doing that. I tapped on my bestest friend named Lucille. Guess what, Lucille? There's no such thing as monsters. There's really, really not. And so a monster doesn't even live under my bed probably. Right, Lucille? Right? Right? Shh. I'm doing my letters, she said. Yes, Lucille, I know you were doing your letters. Only I just wanted to tell you about the monster, because he's not even real, right? Lucille didn't say right. How come you're not saying right, Lucille? Just say right, okay? Just say monsters aren't real, and I won't even bother you anymore. All of a sudden, Lucille did a mad breath. Now look what you made me do, Junie B. You made me ruin my big G. I told you not to bother me. She quick grabbed her paper and runned to Mrs. to fix it. I tapped my fingers on the table. Then I turned around and looked behind me. I smiled at a boy named Crybaby William. Guess what, William? There's no such thing as monsters, and so a monster doesn't even live under my bed probably, right? Right, William? Right? Right? William moved his seat away from me, so I followed him in my chair. I'm right, don't you think, William? A monster really doesn't live under my bed, does he? Plus also, he doesn't put my head in his mouth. William slided his chair away some more. I scooted after him. Just say right, okay, William? Just say there's not a monster under my bed and I will be on my way. William picked up his chair. He carried it all the way to the middle of the floor. That's how come I had to carry my chair to the middle of the floor too. I sat down and smiled very sweet. Right, William? I'm right, aren't I? I said. Only too bad for me, 'cause just then I felt hands on my shoulders. I looked up. It was Mrs. I did a gulp. Hello, how are you today? I said, kind of nervous. Mrs. zoomed my chair back to the table. It was not fun. I quick picked up my pencil. Guess what? I am going to do my work now, I said. Plus also, I am not even going to talk, because I don't actually like talking anymore. Mrs. tapped her foot at me. I love your shoes, I said real soft. Her foot kept tapping. Only just then a very great thing happened, and it's called the bell rang for the end of school. I hurried up out the door. Then me and my other bestest friend named Grace runned to the bus together. Grace, guess what? There's no such thing as monsters, and so I don't even have one under my bed, probably. Right, Grace? Right? That Grace didn't say right. That's how come I grabbed her by her shoulders and I jiggled and jiggled her. 'Cause I was fed up with these people, that's why. How come you won't say right, Grace? How come nobody will say right? 'Cause I'm getting at the end of my rope with this thing. That Grace took my hands off of her. I can't say right, because a monster really might live under your bed, Junie B, she said. My eyes got big and wide at her. No, Grace, no, don't say that. Do not say a monster might live under my bed, because that cannot even be true, or else I would have spotted that guy by now. Oh, no, you wouldn't, she said. My big sister said that monsters can turn themselves invisible when you look at them, and so that's how come nobody ever sees them. That Grace looked serious at me. That makes sense, don't you think? Huh, Junie B, right? Just then, my throat got dry and my stomach got the shakies. I looked out the window very upset and I didn't say right.